Just got done seeing the new Pokemon Legends Arceus trailer. I'm really excited about it. I think I'm going to buy it day one, is what I would say had I not been playing PokeRogue. If you don't know what PokeRogue is a free-to-play browser game, which is a roguelike but a Pokemon game. It has every single Pokemon in it, and it's just a very fun adventure. I recently got done watching Point Crow. Point Crow was playing a video game where the Pokemon had a bunch of extra evolutions. Every single Pokemon had about 5+ evolutions. It was really cool. I love watching that. As a matter of fact, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon fan games and a lot of Pokemon fan projects more than I've been actually playing Pokemon games, because I'm pretty sure the fans care a lot more about the game than the actual people who make Pokemon games. Now, I'd like to show you something very important. If you can direct your attention to the screen, this is going to play behind me when I get right in front of it, but I wanted to look at a few of these animations here. You see, this is from Pokemon Stadium. Pokemon Stadium was one of my favorite games of all time. It was on Nintendo 64. The animations are clean and crisp. You can see the opening animations. Each Pokemon had a specific sound, and most Pokemon games do have a specific sound still. But in this, I witnessed true dedication to the craft. This is beauty incarnate. This right here is why I love to see Pokemon in its true effect. This is the love and dedication I see. But I think Pokemon Company realized that we will buy the games even if they suck. They released Sword and Shield in a very incomplete state. They released Scarlet and Violet in a very incomplete state. And I'm not for this revisionist history of where people are saying, actually, it wasn't that bad. It may have not been that bad because you love Pokemon. It may have been great because you love Pokemon. And that's okay to enjoy something that everybody else says sucks. That's okay. Subjectively, you can enjoy it. That's fine. And subjectively, I can think it's bad. That's the aspect of having different opinions. However, objectively, Pokemon is a billion-dollar company. We can agree to that. Objectively, people that make fan games are not a billion-dollar company. We can agree to that. I hope we can come to compromise on at least that. We can agree that these two things are very different. We can also agree that the fans know Pokemon. The fans grew up with it. The fans care about it. They have no money incentive. Some of them are doing non-profits. Actually, all of them are doing non-profits, because if you make any profit from Pokemon games, Nintendo will come and destroy you and take it down, which is fair. They should hire the people that made PokeRogue, release it on Nintendo Switch. They should hire the people that made that Evolutions game, release it as an alternate universe Pokemon game. They should hire these people and actually work with these artists. And instead, because Nintendo is a very Japanese-centric company, and I mean this so deeply, they barely hire people that are not Japanese. They don't. I know it sounds weird to hear that. I know if this may be your wake-up call to hear this. This may be the first time you're ever hearing this, but I'm going to be so honest with you right now. This is real. This is reality, and it happens. I love Pokemon. I've played every single Pokemon game, not to completion. I've never truly beat a Pokemon game besides the Legends Arceus and Sword and Shield. Those are the two Pokemon games I beat. That and Pokemon Stadium, because I love those mini games. And Pokemon Stadium 2, I play those mini games to this day. Still got an N64. Love the game deeply. I enjoy it because of the nostalgia aspect. I play PokeRogue. I play a lot of Pokemon fan games. I enjoy Pokemon because it's what I grew up with. I grew up watching Ash Ketchum. I grew up wanting to be a part of that world, to be the very best, to catch all of them. I grew up with all this. I grew up wanting to have legendary Pokemon. I grew up collecting Pokemon cards, not knowing how to play the game. I grew up with this, and they're nostalgia banking on a product that looks half-baked and half-complete. The Nintendo Switch can handle deep hardware. I've seen Super Smash Bros. I've seen what they can do. I've seen beautiful games. I've seen Xenoblade Chronicles. I played those games. I have played amazing games that run at an amazing level on a Nintendo Switch. I've played Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. Those are very huge games with a large variety of things on them. I have witnessed the Switch be pushed to its absolute limits with artistic choices. You can make a game and have it have artistic choices that facilitate to whatever the console can handle. Sometimes you don't need this high fidelity hyper realism. Sometimes you need a better art style, or maybe you need a more cel shaded art style, or something that looks ageless. If you play a Borderlands game, right, graphics still look pretty good. Borderlands 2, graphics still look pretty good because of the way the graphical fidelity is and the artistic choices within it. It had solid gunplay, solid gameplay, a solid good loop, and it felt fun to look at because of how realistically odd it looks with the cell shading within it. Pokemon should have something like that by now. I enjoy looking at Pokemon Stadium, a game that released on the N64, more than I enjoy looking at a much stronger hardware of Pokemon Legends Arceus Z or Z. Watching that trailer and learning about the gameplay, I waited to see actual gameplay. I was skeptical at first. I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to wait and see exactly what they're pushing to me. And I waited a while. I didn't make a video immediately like everybody else. Everybody was like, oh, this game looks bad. I waited and saw what was going on. I just talked through a burp like an old man. I feel like I'm getting older each day. This is insane. But I waited to witness and see what they were going to do. And what I witnessed was the gameplay, them being very lazy with the locales. And I'm hoping that this is just the beginning part to show off. And a lot of people were telling me, I talked to a lot of people before I made this video, a lot of Pokemon fans said, just wait and see. I feel like they're doing this just to showcase because they don't want to reveal anything. Have faith in Pokemon. I want to be so honest with you right now. I have faith in Pokemon. I have faith in Dynamaxing. I have faith in Pokemon Go, and I still play Pokemon Go. I love that game so much. I'm level 37, by the way. I love the little aspects of video games like that. I love giving games time, but I feel like developers release a game and say, I can fix it later. I feel like developers release a game and say, oh, I can work on this later. I can make this better later. I can work on it at a later time. And I'm trying to buy a finished product. These fan games are releasing at an amazing rate with Pokemon. The Pokemon fighting game that got released, oh, that's a good game. I like that. The Nintendo was sleeping on a deep bag with that game. They were sleeping on a deep bag with that Pokemon fighting game. Pokemon Stadium 2, those were great games. I think we love the aspect of what we once had because somehow the previous games feel better than what we have right now. That shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be real. I shouldn't be playing an old game and getting excited about the aspect, about the fact of that it feels better than the newer games. Pokemon has gotten lazy, sloppy, and fat on their heels. They have gotten full of hubris and greed, knowing that no matter what they pitch out, they can scam us. And Pokemon has been scamming me for a while. They've been scamming all of us. Wanna know how? 2 video games? They've been releasing 2 video games and you guys just bought it. 2 of the same exact games with a few different Pokemon and people have just been buying it. And I bought it too. I'm older now though. I understand when my dad didn't want to buy me black and white or gold and silver. I understand that. Thank God I had a brother. Thank God for that. He would get gold, I would get silver. He would get red, I would get blue. That's how it operated. And thank goodness for that. We had to coordinate. And I know it was for community. I know it was to say, all right, guys, we're friends, so you want to play with your friends. I know that. I'm picking up what they're putting down. I know that. But it doesn't feel that way. It feels greedy and disgusting. It feels messed up. It feels stupid to even complain about this because they know that they're not going to care. I think Pokemon should just give up. Pokemon should just give up. They should stop. I liked Pokken Tournament. That was a fun fighting game. It's never going to get much traction because people want to collect Pokemon and play in the same loop. And the reason the game keeps getting away with it is because of these dedicated Nintendo fans that for some odd reason, despite the fact that they know the company doesn't care, they know for a fact that the company isn't going to listen to them, they are shills to a company that doesn't care about them. Nintendo cares. No, they don't. You're defending a billion dollar company. You're defending a $1 billion company. For what? They're not using their resources or allocating them correctly. They're not doing anything correctly. I've seen people do much more with much less. Hear me out. I've witnessed people do much more with much less. This is not much more. This is just much less. We're getting less and less each video game because they get away with it so deeply. And it feels bad. I'm not a fan of this. I like Legends Arceus because it felt different, but what I'm witnessing, it may not be the finished product. I'll give you that. You know what? I'll give you that. Let's be optimistic. I apologize for the negativity. Let's say this isn't the finished product. And let's say we're witnessing a developmental stage, right? Why would they show us that? Why would they not show us the finished product, or at least show us something close to the finished product? Why would they do that? For what? What do they gain by doing that? They're supposed to generate hype around a video game and you're showing me garbage, but because they know they don't need to generate hype. They know you'll buy it. Now I'm being negative again. Welcome back. I'm back to it. I want this game to be good. I have a Nintendo Switch. I don't think the Switch 2 is going to be as strong as the PS5, realistically. I just want Nintendo to care. Or at least Game Freak to care. This is embarrassing and it's disgusting. I hate this.